back to Good Day, where we love local and local learning, but it has to be fun.
Yeah, and the place for fun for kids and adults in downtown Toledo is the Imagination Station. Sutton Reekes is here with more with Alex Goetz, artist in residence at the Imagination Station. Thank you for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So this is, I mean, this is a big name here. This is a big deal, Stephen.
This is huge, Alex. You know, we were just talking. I have a lot of questions for you. I don't know if we'll be able to get to all of those, but just tell us about this event. What is this partnership all about?
Do you want to go? You go for it.
So Alex is one of Imagination Station's Artists in Residence. So Artists in Residence is a program that we have where we invite 3 to 4 artists every year to the Science Center to create new pieces, involve art and science, and also interact with our visitors. So Alex has taken great photos of birds, and he's going to do a community conversation and private workshop at Imagination Station. Which
is a big deal for our community because you have taken some pictures all over the world, and you've worked for some big names to document these animals. So tell us a little bit about your resume, I guess, if you will.
Yeah, so I've been really lucky to have gotten to work with places like National Geographic and BBC and PBS, traveling all over the place. I just was mentioning that I spent a month in Australia, in Tasmania, this past January, filming little blue penguins, the smallest species of penguin in the world. And so I've gone all over the place, photographed animals all over the world. And really a focus of mine lately has been to turn the camera on what's going on here in Northwest Ohio. I think we have some equally impressive ecosystems and animals here, and so that's kind of what inspired this project.
Awesome. Cool. So folks will get an opportunity to meet Alex, maybe ask some questions. So tell us a little bit about the event. This is a community conversation, right?
Yes. So it's a 2-part event. At our community conversation, he will show his new project and photos that he took a part of Artist in Residence. That is free to the community. And then our workshop, we have 15 spots where you can go one-on-one with Alex, and he will teach you how to take photos of wildlife and birds. It's a really great opportunity. So 15 spots available, one-on-one private workshop with Alex.
Yeah, that's a big deal because photographing wildlife has to be incredibly difficult.
And it's huge, especially for this area with the biggest weekend birding that comes through here each and every year. So I'm sure so many of those amateur photographers, they want to get some insight on what to do. So Alex, you mentioned you work with BBC. PBS as well? National Geographic. I watch a lot of these documentaries. And I'm looking at some of these shots sometimes, and I'm like, how did they get that shot? So can you take us there just for a moment? Like, how do you get those close-up shots of some of those wild animals? Because it would seem like it's too dangerous to be that close to those animals.
Yeah, I mean, a lot more research goes into it beforehand than I think a lot of people understand. So learning a lot of the biology of an animal, knowing that like when an elephant flares its ears out, it's probably not happy that you're there, and you should probably back your little RV up so that you don't get flipped by an elephant. Learning the cues that animals have and just kind of when their behaviors typically happen. So you are spending a lot of time sitting and waiting for things that may not actually ever happen. It all tends to happen at the very last minute, and you get all the shots you need, but a lot of research goes into it.
Yeah, so that month time that you spent in Australia, this will be trimmed down to 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, a lot gets cut. We've spent a lot of time in different places only to get everything we needed in like the last 2 days. So just suffered the rest of the time.
Really cool.
So obviously we were seeing beautiful pictures of birds here locally. As you mentioned, lots of birds here. And you've done the penguin thing too. What other types of places have you been to and animals you've captured?
Yeah, so I actually went down to the southernmost forest in the world recently in Chile to photograph rare bird species. They have some newly discovered bird species, which is kind of unheard of because, I mean, birds are kind of big. They're not like little bugs that could be, you know, crawling under something in mist. And so we worked with researchers down there. We've spent 5 weeks in Africa driving an RV and a safari truck around 4 different countries. We've been all over and seen a lot of kind of like the big animals that people really want to see, which has been really exciting and cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is. I mean, just thinking about all the work that goes into that. But film is something that you're into as well, correct?
Yeah, a lot of my work actually is film. I do photography as well. I try and do both mediums because I think people respond to both differently, and I think there's opportunities to get people invested in each topic in different ways. So we've actually had photos up at Imagination Station in the past of my work and all around Toledo, just as opportunities to get people to see some of the unique animals that we have here, give them a new perspective maybe on the things that are going on, and that's kind of what inspired this photo project, which is cycling through now. Is I really wanted to show people birds in a different context than they would typically see during like the biggest week in American birding that happens every year. Everybody's running around the boardwalks trying to photograph a bird who might be gone in an instant. Right. But in this case, we worked with some researchers who actually get these birds in hand. They go and collect data on them, and then they release them to try and get these birds in motion or in flight or in just kind of a very different perspective.
Wow. Just gorgeous.
It is.
Shutter speed and all those things, I imagine, it all plays a big role, and that's part of what is going to be taught, you know, if you are the lucky one who gets to be one of 15 people as part of that workshop. But tell people about the community conversation, you know, when and where that's all happening and how people can take advantage of that.
That will be on August 3rd from 6 to 8 p.m. and then the workshop will be on August 18th from 11:30 to 2:30. It's a great opportunity. You get to learn from Alex and see career possibilities.
Yeah. And so Alex,
cool.
it is so cool. So just before we go.
Let me ask you 12 more questions.
Yes. So you've been able to travel the world and see all of these beautiful animals. Birds seem to be something that you really like. Do you have a favorite bird or favorite animal after all this study and research and filming and photography?
Yeah, I mean, I've really fallen in love with owls, oddly enough. We haven't really, like, a lot of owls here in Northwest Ohio, so it's really cool when you get to see an animal that's so secretive and get a glimpse into its life. And so a couple of years ago, I filmed a barred owl family, like, laying eggs and raising chicks all the way through, like, being to the point where these chicks flew for the first time. And I've really kind of fallen in love since. And so those are just kind of a fun local animal.
New appreciation. Wonderful. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for sharing, too. Appreciate it. We'll be back with more Get That. Stay with us.